Okay, so in this video I want to show you quickly a lot of things that the S Pen actually can do. The features that they talked about. Let me just pull the pen out for a moment. We'll get the air command right away. Okay, so what we're gonna do first of all is, just for the sake of this, let me create a new Windows here quickly before I continue. Okay. Alright. Okay, so first things first. Okay, so just for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna have a clear panel at the moment. So what I'm gonna do now is to show you all the commands. So first thing, when you pull the pen out of the phone, you have a button here on the side here on the pen. So what you're gonna do is just hover over the phone and just press it, and you're gonna get the air command. So you get all these like fine new features that they included here, except for other things you can't do on the phone. Now if we go over the action memo, what all this does is a pretty cool feature though. So what it does is it shows up a memo. It's nice, it's like for an occasion if you need to take a quick note. So if you look on the bottom here, you can actually resize the memo, which is pretty cool too. Make sure you grab it. There you go. Resize it the size that you actually wanted to show. Okay, now what you want to do here, let's say if you write down a number quickly though. Okay, you don't have time actually to save it. Let me just make up a number right here. Okay, let's say you have this, but then it gets to a point that you want to save it. So this option right here, you just tap it and it'll just give you all these options here that you can actually do from what you have written here. So it just like square it in a, just box it in pretty much. And if you see on the left side, you get to make the phone call of this number. You can actually add the contact or create the contact. You can actually send a text message, email them. You could possibly do a web browse, look it up on the maps. If you tap here, it gives you the option to create a task and add an event also. Now the funny thing here is that, it's not funny, I mean, the cool thing here is that once you tap one of these options, like what I did here for example, it shows you that, it's still there. It's still around, if you can see. So you can actually, I can still cancel it, and it's still around here. And I can actually multitask, also do other couple of things, read the news, whatever, and it's still around if you need it, which is a pretty cool thing. You tap it again, it goes back to its normal size. Now if you want to save this number, let's say, and you want to have another extra memo, all you have to do is just press the plus button, and what it does, it's gonna save the action memo. So let's say you want to have an address, have it written down. Let's make another one up. I can't make up an address, but you get the point actually. Okay, so we tap the options here to actually find this address. So I go on maps. It actually shows if what I actually have meant. So I basically, it would just send me right there where I was looking for, and it can still go back, as you can see. And of course I can drag this window anywhere, resize, no problem. This option right here, for example, it just sends you back to the action memo application, where you get to see all your memos that you have saved. If you want to delete them all, press the garbage can icon, select the squares. You can just simply get rid of them, or you can just have to create a new one yourself. And that is action memo. Okay, now to start with the air command, just tap it as always. You can just do it anywhere. Now if you go scrapbooker, what it simply does, it just actually once you select it, you can actually it's basically like taking screenshots. If you circle this, it's gonna take basically a screenshot of what you selected here, and this will be saved on your scrapbook. So you can either save it or not, or maybe actually create a memo on the side. You could do that too. Write something quickly on it. You could enter tags. I don't have any, but it's up to you. Right, so to give you an idea how this works, let's go browse around. What about Ferraris? Okay, this looks nice. Okay, I really like this car. It looks really nice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open the air command, scrapbook. So basically I just circle it, or you could draw a square, it's up to you, and basically you have a screenshot of what you selected or circled, whichever way you prefer to say. Okay, now if I want to, let's say, go on the web and keep talking about Ferraris, okay, I could just go to their website. Let's say I want this section here. It just highlights it basically. Okay, I like this. Okay, another thing, let's quickly go back. Okay, I want this information as well. This is an example. This is a very useful information. I can just highlight this. I just say I like this, and let's say some notes here and there too. Something quick. Okay, so everything is saved on the scrapbook. It just showed me. Okay, let's now go back. Alright, so now we're gonna go to the scrapbook. Okay, so you can see like all my stuff around here is saved. Everything that I have selected. Alright, so basically in scrapbook here you get the options. It shows you all the things that I have selected or basically taken a screenshot of. So I find this like very useful, especially for bloggers, people that like to share a lot of things, personal things that happen to them, which is pretty cool too. And the good thing is that they give you actually the source of the page where you actually have taken the screenshot at, for saying that way. Alright, so once you click on share, you can actually select the file type, and you can actually share it anywhere you like as well, of course. Or it's a scrapbook file as well, you can share it too, it doesn't matter. Pretty cool feature though. But like I said, it's good for bloggers. So see here, this section, you type of create a category. It only gives you 2 ways to create your scrapbook. You know, you can actually select it like as a list or maybe grid. I assume they'll have more options eventually as they update this over time. And that is scrapbook. Okay, so screen write. This option right here, all you have to do, let's say, basically it takes a screenshot. Okay, now let's say I want to take note of the screenshot right here. Okay, just for the sake of this tutorial. Hello Galaxy. Is that a happy face right here? Okay, so as you can see, you get all these options here, of course. you get to change the size of the pen, the thickness of the tip of it, the colors, the types of pen that you can actually use or that's available. There's no presets here. Select it, and of course you can resize this if you choose to though. Lots of options here you get. And of course the presets are the ones that you can actually modify as you're gonna use most often. Of course you get the eraser, you have the option to crop, so you can see. You crop it right here, okay. I can do the lasso or rectangle. It's up to you. The lasso, what it does, basically, I can just like go around it and select it like this. This is one way to select. It's pretty cool. If you like it, just save it. If you like to share as is, you can actually share, of course, with all the applications that's available to be shared. Alright, and that's pretty much it for ScreenWrite. Now we're gonna move to S-Finder. What it does basically, it'll just search within the past 30 days, past 7 days, yesterday and today, things like that, and you could actually write it down if you like. You could also like type to search within the phone or outside of the phone, meaning like the internet, for example. Let's look up for something like let's say the weather. Okay, so I got some information down. So basically, if I keep on scrolling about weather, it's gonna show me some settings on the weather I could find here within the phone, and like I said, outside the phone, which is the internet. It does some search, useful search as well. I could translate. It gives me a web history also. It sends me to AccuWeather. It depends what I'm looking at for. Let's say if I'm looking for a Galaxy Note 3, for example. So what's going to do, if it's not related to the phone, such as options that you can modify in the phone, it's not going to show. But if it's actually something related, like to the where you can find on the internet something useful, of course you can definitely do this also. It's like a quick way to have access to the internet when you're using the S Pen. And of course you can use the Google Voice command as well, which is optional too. And that's pretty much it for S-Finder. Now, last option, we're gonna move to Pen Window. What this Pen Window does, which is a really great feature though, I find it very useful because you can actually multitask plenty of times with this option. So what I mean is, anywhere on the screen, I could just simply drive a square or a rectangle and I get these options here. I can't drag it anywhere. I can close it only, but if I select it, let's say a calculator, I could drag it anywhere. I can actually resize it as well. Pretty much. I got a limit too to how I can resize it, of course. I can make it wide. Can't make it short, but just to give you an example, you know, this works just great. Now, you get the options also to minimize and also to expand the calculator and to close it, of course. Now, but what if I want to open another one? It's not a problem. So all you have to do is just open the air command once again, pen window, and you can still draw it, and it still shows up here. So let's go to clock, and you can multitask. Do two things at the same time, and still like change the time. So it's still running, and that's still like calculating. Pretty cool, huh? Now, if I want to do a web browse the web, it's still running there, but you know, this is on the way. You know, it's quietly like I need to see what I'm doing. You know, I can't read what I'm doing. All right, so what you can do is like you can minimize this. So what you do is just tap, and you see how it gets shrunk, and I can just drag the icon anywhere I want. Just tap it. There you go. Drag it anywhere, and I can read. If I need, let's say, to use a calculator while I'm actually reading something, that's not a problem either. I could use it again. No problem. Now, let's keep reading. Blah 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 blah. Let's say I want to open another one. Let me look up something on YouTube about Ferraris again. Not a problem. And these two applications are still running, as you can see. While I do a YouTube search. So look out for Ferrari. So you can see. And I still watch it, no problem whatsoever. And as I watch the video, I can actually resize the window too. It's gotta be neat. I just gotta catch it. There you go. So actually get to see it better. It's just like, it feels like you're in the application, but you're multitasking, of course. Now, up to this point, like if you're running, like if you're doing a lot of things at the same time, like what I'm doing right now, and let's put this right here. Let's say you got a lot of windows open, right? If you have all this stuff here, eventually the phone might get laggy a bit. I have experienced that before. Why? Because, you know, it's a lot of things going on here in the phone right now, up to this point. So this is really normal. Let's say now I want to browse or go to Hangout, let's say. It's still gonna go back, no problem. So I can still a lot more things. I can still multitask plenty of more times, as much as I can. I can even actually open all the windows, open all these applications that's given to me. But of course I'm not gonna open the phone or anything. Okay. I can still do all these things at once. You know, I can still keep on watching the video, but as you can see, like, it gets a bit laggy because it start processing a lot more, and it's actually using a lot of sources at the meantime. It gets a bit laggy, but it's not a big deal actually though, but it still performs great though. You know, I still get response from it. I can still minimize if I have a lot. You know, it's not a big problem at all. And on top of that, yes, I can, on the background, I can still scroll, even if I'm actually multitasking, which is a great feature. I can minimize all this, put them all on the side, right, anywhere you want, and let's say I'm still reading, which is great. If I want to exit, simply press the home button, and as you can see, this application hasn't exit yet. When I quitted the application, they're still around. This just they won't exit unless you literally close the application. Anyways guys, so this is just the air command tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and